Shea Agbade is a highly qualified and experienced learning and development specialist with a background in statistics.
He has a passion for helping professionals discover their purpose and improve themselves.
He began his career as a mathematics teacher during his National Youth Service, and eventually became a head teacher at a large British school in Nigeria.
He has a BSc in Mathematics from the University of Lagos and additional education and training qualifications from Highfields Universities in the UK and Chartered Institute of Personnel Development, CIPD, UK.
He is also currently pursuing an MBA and Masters in Leadership, as well as being a lifelong learner and technology enthusiast.
He is a regular trainer and facilitator at various seminars and conferences, and has worked as a consultant for various public and private institutions.
He is a member of several professional organizations and volunteers for charity organizations.
Ladies and gentlemen, with a rousing ovation, make welcome Shea Agbade.
The world as we know it today is rapidly changing. A 2019 report by PwC found that automation and AI will displace at least 7% of jobs globally by the year 2023. We have seen the introduction of AI tools such as ChatGPT and the likes disrupting things all over the world. In an article published by CareerAddicts.com, it highlighted 15 in-demand jobs today that did not exist just 10 years ago. What are these jobs, you might ask? A social media influencer, a blockchain analyst, a podcast producer, a telemedicine physician, a cloud architect, e-hailing drivers, a drone operator, a chief listening officer, a bartender. These are examples of in-demand jobs today that did not exist only 10 years ago. According to a 2019 report by the World Economic Forum, 60% of all jobs in the world would require reskilling and upskilling by 2023. My name is Shea Agbade. I am a leadership growth expert and a learning and development specialist. I help individuals and organizations to discover clarity and become the very best versions of themselves through coaching and training interventions. And in this very short training video, I'll be sharing with you my thoughts about identifying key transferable skills and enhancing career progression. Transferable skills are skills that you acquire through education, through your work, through your life experiences that can be applied to a variety of job responsibilities and industries. These involve skills like communication, problem solving, critical thinking, leadership, and the likes. With the rapid change of job descriptions we're seeing all over the world, enhancing your transferable skills can lead to greater job opportunities and career advancement. By the end of this training, you will have received clear understanding on how to leverage on your transferable skills to achieve career success in today's competitive job market. So let's get started. The first thing you need to do is assess your current skills. In this case, you're making a list of the current skills that you have that can be applied in different scenarios and different industries. This stage can be achieved by simple self-reflection or by taking skills assessment tests or even using simple tools such as skills inventory. Now, once you have identified the skills that you possess that can be transferable, the next thing is to be able to identify the skills gap. How do you do this? Go on to job listings of opportunities, career openings that you are interested in. Take a look at the requirements. Take a look at the skills that they require. That will give you an idea of what you have or what you need to get. So you can simply do this by reviewing job openings or even speaking to professionals in that career development area. That can help you to identify the key skills that are required in that career. Now, when you have done this, the next thing is to develop a plan. You have assessed where you are currently. You have assessed what your skills gap are. The thing you need to do next is to develop a plan. What do you currently have that you can enhance? And what do you need to learn? To achieve this, you need to set SMART goals. I'm sure you have heard of that before. Your goals need to be specific, they need to be measurable, they need to be attainable, they need to be realistic, and they need to be time-bound. Those are SMART goals. Simply identify what you need to do and the resources you will require to be able to achieve those goals. Now, once you have set your plan in place, you have SMART goals and SMART targets, you've identified the resources you need to be able to achieve those goals. The next thing you need to do is seek opportunities for you to gain valuable experience with those skills that you're trying to build. Now, this can simply be done by taking up volunteer opportunities, taking up internships with people that you want to learn from, or simply taking up extra responsibilities in your current place of work, especially in the areas of the skills that you want to grow. According to a research that was done by Deloitte, they identified that 85% of employers want employees that have hands-on experience in the area it is they are looking for. Not just people that have the theoretical knowledge, but people that have hands-on experience. The only way you can get this hands-on experience, especially when you're trying to build that skill, is to seek out these opportunities. And these can come through things I've talked about earlier: volunteer opportunities, internships, and the likes. Now, the next tip I would give you is build your network. Build your network. You know, Tim Sanders says that your network is equal to your net worth. Jim Rohn says that you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So take, for example, who are the 5 people you spend the most time with today? In everything that they do, in terms of finance, for example, get the net worth of all these 5 people that you spend the most time with and get the average of their net worth. That will be your own average. That is a proven and tested law. You know, there's what is called the 6 degrees of separation. This law states that between you and anyone it is that you want to meet in life, there are only 5 connections between you. Now, what you need to do is identify who that first connection is. So take, for example, you want to meet Bill Gates sometime in your life. There's one person that knows one person, that knows one person, that knows one person, that knows one person, that knows Bill Gates. What you need to do is identify who that first person is. And the only way to be able to ensure that you meet this first person is to ensure you build your network. Ensure you have valuable network around you. That career that you're looking for, that fantastic job that you're looking for, it just might be someone down the road that has the connections to the person that has that job. Build your network. The next thing I'll talk to you about is being a lifelong learner. Being a lifelong learner. You know, it is said that information is doubling every 2 years. So what that means in practical terms is for someone taking an undergraduate degree, for example, by the time that person is in their 3rd year, half of everything it is that they have learned in their first year is obsolete already. Now, they have not even graduated from school to begin to practice those things that they have learned, but half of it has been rendered useless and rendered redundant already because of how rapidly information is changing. So if you think that what you learned back in school, what you learned in your previous job is what is going to carry you into these very, very uncertain times that we are, you are mistaken. According to a survey that was carried out by the World Economic Forum, 65% of children that are going into primary schools right now are going to end up doing jobs that actually do not exist right now. Think about that for a minute. The people that are just about starting up their education right now are going to end up in jobs that have not even been created yet. That means what we are teaching them now should be able to be transferred into the jobs that will be created in the future. The next thing you need to do is practice, practice, and practice. The only way to learn how to drive a car is by actually driving a car. I can't sit in a room and watch videos on how to drive a car and declare myself a driver. I need to actually drive. So you can't sit in a room or in a conference like this and learn few things and call yourself a qualified candidate for that job employment. What you need to do is practice. Once you have learned a skill, practice it to develop that skill. You know, it's like learning a new language. If you do not practice that language over and over again, in a short while, you will lose the vocabulary of that language. You know, our brain works in a very, very funny way. When you learn a new skill, it creates a path in your brain. So think of a lawn, for example. The first time I walk through the lawn, it may have some marks on that lawn. That's like what happens with your brain when you learn the skill for the first time. But if I continue to pass over the same path of the lawn, over a period of time, it's going to create what is called a pathway, such that it's going to be clear and distinct that this is where I'm passing. That's the same thing that happens with our brains. When you learn a new skill, it just forms a mark in your brain cells. But the more you begin to do that skill, the better it is you become. Your brain cells begin to create a pathway. It is called a neural pathway. That is how you get to develop your skills. You know, Anderson Erickson says for you to be able to master any skill at all, it requires at least 10,000 hours of dedicated practice for you to achieve that skill. That's why I agree with the school of thought that says that talent is overrated. You know, there's a difference between your talent and skills. Some people have the talent of singing, for example, but it only ends in their bathroom when they're taking a good shower. However, when you take that talent and practice it over time and enhance it and probably get a certification, a music certification, learn how to read notes, learn how to play an instrument, that talent that you have will become a skill that can be transferred from one place to the other. Now that skill can further be monetized to earn money. So raw talent is not enough for you. You need a skill. And the only way to develop their talent into a skill is by consistent and dedicated practice. The next thing I'll talk to you about is the ability to seek feedback and reflect. Seek feedback from your peers, from your superiors, from your colleagues, from people that are interested on how you can develop yourself professionally. Regularly reflect on the progress it is that you're making in whatever area it is that you're developing this skill in. That would ensure that you are on track with those SMART goals it is that you have set earlier. From time to time, you might need to adjust a few things, you might need to improve on a few things, just so that you ensure that you're developing the right skills for the right job opportunities that you're expecting. Another thing that you need to do is to constantly update your resume or CV. Make sure that your resume highlights these key transferable skills that are required, and don't fall into the habit of using the same resume for every job opportunity that you see. Every job opportunity has certain skills that are required. Ensure that your resume that you're submitting for any job or career opportunities that you're looking for have highlighted the particular skills that are required for that job. And lastly, get a coach. One of the best things you can do to help you grow and improve in your career path is to get a coach that can help you identify these key transferable skills and work with you, provide some form of accountability to help you to achieve these goals you're desiring of. You know, in a survey conducted by International Coaching Federation, they say that 86% of companies say they have found valuable return on investment on coaching programs that they have invested in. And 96% of the people that have gone through these coaching experiences have always said they would want to have a repeat experience. So those are the 10 tips that I will give you on how to identify the key transferable skills and enhance your career opportunities. Now, the thing is, there are two kinds of people that are watching this right now. The first set of people would listen to everything it is that I have talked about. However, they will disregard it as not being relevant to what it is that they want to achieve. However, the second set of people will take everything it is that I have said and would apply them to be able to achieve the desired goals that it is that they want. The right knowledge is not what will help you to achieve growth in life. No. Rather, it is the right application of the knowledge that you have received that will help you to achieve those goals in life. So, which kind of person are you? Are you part of the first set or the second set? Well, time will tell. Until then, remember, there's greatness on your inside, and the world is waiting for you to birth and manifest your greatness. Go out there and be profitable. My name is Sheyi Agbede. Bye-bye for now.